Did you enjoy your childhood?
Yes, I literally enjoy my childhood because I have a lot of experiences and a lot of adventurous things that we did together with my friends. So, yeah.
What is your first memory of your childhood?
My first memory when I was a child is that me and my friends, we climbed on a tree, then we fell, and so my parents grounded me for around 1 week. So, it's really memorable.
Okay. Did you have a lot of friends when you were a child?
Yes, definitely. I have a lot of friends because me and my family have a lot of peers, relatives, and we share a lot of common interests, values, and somehow attitudes as well.
What did you enjoy doing as a child?
One of the thing that I really enjoy when I was a child is literally playing with my friends because we do a lot of interesting things, especially when you were a child, you are curious, so you explore things together with your friends. And even though my parents will be angry, so it doesn't matter.
Okay. Do you think it is better for children to grow up in the city or in the countryside?
For me, it can go sideways, but for my own opinion or perspective, I prefer the children will grow up on the countryside because they will gain a lot of experience and they have more physical contact compared to urban side, and their countryside is more um, healthy compared to urban because the urban is more polluted and countryside is not exposed more in technology. So they have more physical contact, interest, and they will have a lot of experience as well. Are you a happy person?
Yes, I think I am a happy and an optimistic person because I always choose to look at the positive aspects of things. However, there are also moments when I can control my emotions and tend to feel negative feelings.
I see. What usually makes you happy or unhappy?
It's easy to make me happy because I am an appreciative person, so even little things would make my heart flutter. For example, if someone remembers my birthday or my favorite food, then I will definitely feel glad about it. In contrast, the thing that makes me unhappy is when I am taken for granted. I really don't like people who don't see my worth. So if I'll encounter someone who will treat me like a trash, then I'll immediately distance myself.
Oh, I see. Does the weather ever affect how you feel?
Yes, a big yes. I really can't explain how it works, but as I have noticed, my mood changes depending on the weather. For example, if it is raining, then I'll feel sad or gloomy without even knowing the reason why.
What makes you smile?
Efforts.
Of course.
Yes, efforts. That's it.
Do you think people in your country are generally happy people?
Yes, I think that people in my country are generally happy people because even though they're struggling in life, you can still see huge smiles on their faces. And not only that, Filipinos are also known for their hospitality and generosity.
That's good.
Describe a piece of advice you recently received.
One piece of advice that really made a great impact towards my character is that when there's a rain, there's a rainbow afterwards. This piece of advice really helps me a lot towards my personality because when I was a child, I really experienced a lot of difficulties. But let's not dig in more into that. So, but just to tell you honestly, when I experience hardship in life, I always question God about a certain situation, and I feel like I'm the most unfavorable person in this world. So, but when I hear this piece of advice, it helps me a lot to overcome those obstacles. It gives me hope to or enlightens my mind that it is just a part of life that we must undergo. It is part of the process that we must face in order for us to claim our reward at the end part of our journey. So for this one, it also helps me to be motivated to continue with my life as well. And the second part is it also helps me to change my principle and mindset in life. Wherein if when I haven't know this advice yet, I am the kind of person who is a close-minded person, and I'm only just stuck on a single box. But when someone taught me this, it helps me to realize that I need to overcome the situation, and it helps me to solve the problem efficiently as well, and it helps me to realign everything in my life also. Because if you have the proper principle and mindset, that let's say if you experience hardship, but if you put in your mind that after that hardship there's a reward afterwards, so you are being motivated to complete those tasks as well. And lastly, the most important one that I have learned on this piece of advice is that life is a cycle. Because when you say there's a rain, there's a rainbow afterwards. So in this life, it is just a cycle wherein we face a challenge or hardship, then we overcome, then we claim the reward, and in a few days it will come back again. So all you're gonna need to do is just to accept it and face those challenges, because it is part of a human life. And for this one, we're living in a world that we are on the same orbit, or is a of human is a sequence, you know. But for this one, in general, I have learned to change my mindset and principles in life, and it upgrades my personality, and it also guides me to be in the right path towards my journey. So this piece of advice is really made a great impact towards my personality. That's it. Describe a book you have recently read.
One of the books that I have recently read was entitled Broken Melody by Aliluni. Actually, Aliluni was the author's pen name, but her real name was Ali El Mario. So going back to the book, Broken Melody was all about the importance of reaching one's dream. So the protagonist or main character in the story was named Mia Miles. So Mia was a singer-songwriter who loves music ever since she was a child. However, her parents dislike what she does because for them, music industry isn't that great and that it would only become a hindrance to Mia's education. But then again, Mia was a tough and well-determined girl. For her, without music, she won't survive. So she will do everything that she can enable for her to pursue her career in music. Up to the point wherein she decided to transfer in another country just for her journey to continue. At first, her journey wasn't that easy. There were many rejections, many companies turned their back on her, but that didn't stop her. Even though there were many times wherein she wanted to quit, there was still a single voice whispering on her ear not to stop because it is what really makes her happy. At first, she was thinking of going back home and telling her parents that they are right, that music isn't for her. But then she met Ayan. Ayan was the songwriter of her favorite band, which name is And Mira, and he was also her ultimate crush ever since she was in high school. So Ayan was the one who cheered her up and stayed with her through bad and good days. So eventually, Ayan became her mentor, her manager, and eventually her lover. So at the end of the story, Mia was able to reach her dreams and became one of the famous artists in the world. And the situation at home with her parents, they eventually accepted what she does and became proud of her. So, what I really like about this book is the inspiration that it gives me. It teaches me not to give up in my dreams, no matter how many hindrances would come towards it. It also taught me that in life, we couldn't just get what we want easily. There would always be sacrifices, there would always be things that we need to give up in order to achieve something. And Broken Melody was one of the best books that best portrayed what it is really like in achieving our dreams. It is realistic,